Welcome to the Radical Audacity Podcast. I'm Tiffany Kane, your host. On this podcast, you are going to meet people that walk their own path, live life on their own terms, let go of other people's rules and expectations and the shoulds in life, and instead live life in their own truth, integrity, and authenticity. This podcast will give you the inspiration you need to live your own radically audacious life. Enjoy the episode. Hello, welcome to another episode of Radical Audacity. I am your host, Tiffany Kane, the Heck Yes Coach, and I'm here with you today for a solo episode where I get to talk to you about some topics that I think are pretty darn important and interesting, where I think, my listeners will be really inspired by this, really fascinated by it. So what I'm musing on today is the idea of opportunity and how many of us get the message that we need to somehow monetize things that we're interested in, monetize opportunities, monetize hobbies, monetize different things that we are involved in and interested in. And sometimes we can, and it's fantastic. For instance, podcasting. I am interested in it. I am fascinated by it. And I, through a gorgeous series of events, was able to turn this into my business, teaching people how to podcast. So I love it. I love it. I am a podcast coach and a life coach, and they just really go hand in hand. My motto is that I help people find your voice so that you can be heard, right? Like, what is the power of your voice? How are you going to be heard in this world? And those of you that know my story know I was raised in a religion where I was really not to be seen or heard. And then I got into a marriage where I was really not to be seen or heard. And then I got into a career in public education where teachers really aren't supposed to be seen or heard really outside of their education job. We're not allowed to let our political views really be out. We can't even have things on our cars, because our cars park in the school parking lot. So there can't be anything on the car that is political, that is controversial, and so you feel not seen and not heard. And that's how I felt for so very, very long. And now I'm really excited with podcasting to be heard, and with the people that I connect with and my coaching, like, I'm seen with them and they're seen with me. And it's just really exciting. So thinking about that, I'm currently teaching a course on leveraging your podcast for accelerated success and how all these different opportunities can open up for you when you start a podcast. It's really exciting, and we're having great conversations. I'm telling you about this because there are 2 modules in this course that are fascinating. And what's really fascinating is why David and I separated them. David is my partner in life and in podcasting. He is the sexy sound guy that edits this podcast. Whoop, whoop, sexy sound guy. And we teach this course together. And when he and I were creating the course, we separated the monetization module with the opportunity module, right? We did not put them together because we felt like monetization was very different than going after different opportunities. And I want to talk about that a little bit more. What could opportunities look like, right? Opportunities might be able to be monetized. Maybe you're writing a book and that can be monetized, right? It's a really cool opportunity. And then sometimes there are opportunities that are not going to be monetized. I just had this opportunity happen where I got to be on a TV show, and it's a TV show that, nope, I'm not going to be able to monetize. I wouldn't even want to monetize. It was truly a show that was just an amazing opportunity that I got to participate in. And what it's going to be is a beautiful memory for my son and I. And that's the extent of it. And that's perfect. There's not going to be any exciting career things that come from this. I don't know. I can't close the door on that. Who knows? You never know when you're dealing with these different producers and whatever, if you make an impact on them. But that wasn't my goal going into this. I'm not closing the door on other opportunities that come from this experience, but I certainly did not go into this going, here's something I can monetize. Here's something that I can leverage to bring in more money to my business and all of that. I truly went into it just with a joyful, open heart going, this is an awesome experience. This is a memory I get to build with my son. This is a really cool opportunity to see what happens in a TV set, to look at, how the magic is made, and just to get out of my normal, right? To be cast on a show. I mean, when they leave all the fun snacks in the green room while you're getting ready and stuff, it's just fun. And so it's an opportunity that enhances and enriches my life, but I'm not going to monetize it. And I really want to talk about that today. We don't have to monetize everything. There are so many experiences we have in life that just enrich our life, and they are amazing because they enrich our life. And that enrichment is power enough, right? Oftentimes, they will lead breadcrumbs that will end up being monetized. I'll give an example. I love bringing people on this podcast and having powerful, amazing conversations. I do not bring guests in with the purpose of, what can you do for me? How am I going to make money off of you? Nothing like that. I bring guests in because I find them inspiring. And I know that you as a listener will find them inspiring because they're just incredible people. And then what ends up happening is there is something about interviewing somebody where you connect on such a vulnerable, deep human level that so many of the people I have interviewed have become beautiful friends of mine. So many have become friends. Well, one of these friends, she and I were talking, and she inspired me so much with what she does. I said, have you ever wanted to do a retreat? And she's like, yeah, I have. I've really wanted to do a retreat. So she and I are planning a retreat together. Now, I bring this up as an opportunity rather than a monetization because, our first retreat, it'd be really cool if we made money, but oftentimes it's just a learning experience. And so we're really creating this first retreat to learn how to do a retreat and to have a really cool experience in a location we've always wanted to go to. And so it's more of an opportunity than it is a monetization. And it's an opportunity to hang out with people from our community that we really want to spend time with on a really personal human connection, in-person level, right? So it may not monetize, and we're okay, but it is leaving breadcrumbs for the future. What we learn from this retreat may enable us in the future to run a retreat or a live event that we then are able to monetize and make a great deal of money off of. And so it's perfectly okay, right? Like, it's an experience. It's something that you do to learn and grow. And that's what opportunities are about. I would love to hear from you. What are things you love doing that you may never monetize? What are things you spend your time on that just bring you joy? You do it because it enhances your life and makes your life better. It gives you experiences that are incredible. It might be several years back, I ran several marathons. I was an avid runner until I fractured some vertebra, but I was an avid runner and I ran multiple marathons and dozens and dozens and dozens of half marathons. And I coached a marathon team and it was a blast. I didn't monetize that at all. I did not do it for money. I didn't coach for money. It was a volunteer coaching of young adults, teens in middle school. And it was all volunteer effort. So I didn't monetize it. I didn't do it for money. I did it for the enjoyment, for the health benefit, for the community, for giving back to the community. And that's why I did it. And that was good enough. That was reason enough. Same thing with performing aerial. I used to be a performer, and no, I didn't make any money. It was like we would perform at festivals and things of that sort. And it was just to kind of add flavor and flair. And we performed because we loved performing, and we didn't get paid for it. In fact, sometimes we had to pay a fee to perform because we were considered vendors, and it was okay. It was fine. Like, we're there for the experience. We're there to do something that we love. It brings joy to be able to perform and just be out there, and that's okay. So what is your thing? What is your thing that you love doing that you may never monetize? We're not going to close the door. We're not going to say that you will never monetize, but maybe you won't monetize, but it enriches your life. It makes your life beautiful and full, and it helps you to be a more beautiful, full, engaged, happy, healthy human. What are those things for you? Come on over to Instagram and DM me. That's probably the easiest way to reach me. And let me know what you like to do. I'd love to connect with you on this. And if you are looking for somebody to help you find that inspiration, to help you find that thing that fills your soul and brings you joy, that you do just for the joy of it, I'd love to help you with that. I am starting a mastermind. I have people currently filling out the wait list to join this mastermind. So if you would love to spend 6 months in a container with me with one-on-one coaching and group coaching for 6 months, where we really dig in and learn about each other and learn from each other and really find the heck yes in life, then I'd love to be on that journey with you. So fill out that application. It's in the show notes. And a really cool thing that happens at the end of the 6 months is that retreat. And so if you're in my mastermind, you have the opportunity then also to join the retreat, which will be in a warm location in January. I love to be warm, and everybody knows January is cold in so many places. So we're going to be somewhere warm. Plus, January is my birthday month. So let's celebrate together. I think it will be great. All right, my friends, I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. If this message resonated with you and you think you have a friend or two that it would resonate with, please share this episode. We'd love it. And remember to hit the subscribe button. When you subscribe, that means that every time I put a show out, you get notified, which is great. You won't miss a single show. I adore you guys. I hope you have a beautiful day, and thank you for spending this time with me.